You're welcome to SS3, and the topic we have today is energy and society, which is society in connection to the energy. That is what this topic is all about, connection of energy and the society. So you should be able to recall that energy is the ability or capacity to do work. Energy is the ability or capacity to do work. And that there are different forms of energy. There are different forms of energy. Of this energy, we have the mechanical energy, which is made up of kinetic and potential energy and other forms of energy, like the electrical energy, wind energy, sound energy, heat energy, and so on and so forth. Nuclear energy, and so on and so forth. There are many. We have different forms of energy. Then the next thing we have in today's lesson is sources of energy. So the following are the sources of energy. We have energy from the sun, energy from wood, from firewood, energy from coal, electricity, fossil fuels, chemicals, that is energy from chemicals as in cells and batteries, energy from human muscles and animals. So those are the sources, some of the sources of energy that we have. Then the classification, before the classification, when I say energy from human muscles, I mean that it's energy from human beings, because human beings use their energy to do some work, isn't it?
Yes.
And also we use animals like the camels, donkeys, and horses to do some work for us, like in transportation and the like. Then classification of sources of energy. So the sources of energy can be classified into renewable and non-renewable, because all of the sources of energy are classified into renewable and non-renewable sources of energy. So renewable source of energy is when the source is not depleted as a result of usage. It's when the source is not depleted as a result of usage. Example, energy from the sun, energy from wind, energy from waterfalls and dams, tidal waves, and the like. Then, non-renewable source of energy here, the source of energy is reduced as it is being used. As a result of usage, it is reducing. And once it is this off, you cannot revive it again. You cannot bring it back. You cannot revive it again. It has gone. You have to find another one. So that is non-renewable source of energy. Example, fossil fuels. We have coal, oil, natural gas, and the wood. All of these are non-renewable sources of energy. So that is the difference between renewable energy and the non-renewable energy. Renewable source of energy is when the source is not depleted. It cannot finish as a result of usage. For instance, solar energy. Solar energy is always renewing every day it is renewing, and it cannot finish. It is renewing, so that is why it is renewable energy. Wind is blowing every day and night. It is always blowing around the earth. In our surroundings here, we have the air blowing. It is blowing. Sometimes it is high, sometimes it is low, but it is always blowing, and it has without even a full stop, non-stop. It is not stopping. So it is always blowing, so that is why it is renewable. It is always renewing. So we use it is used, or it is a source of energy that cannot finish. It can never finish. So that is why it is categorized or classified into renewable energy. We have energy from waterfalls and dams. Energy from waterfalls and dams. For instance, here in Nigeria, we have the Kanji Dam. They use the dam. The Kanji Dam is our major source of electricity. It's our major source of electricity. For instance, they are using dynamo. The dam is always turning the dynamo, and the dynamo is generating electricity. So this is an example of renewable source of energy, because the water is always coming. It is always coming from the dam, and the dynamo is moving, unless it has some faults. But as far as it is okay and healthy, it keeps